This is what God wants you to know, and you should have peace of mind about it. You are about to enter what other people have been waiting for. Those individuals are free to sit in their ivory towers of existential theory and religious daydreams, but it is not your lot in life. You have not received a phone call from me, and I am not willing to abandon you while you are putting your nose against the glass of someone else's miracle. You are not waiting on, but rather walking into. Enoch of old walked with me, commiserated with me, and knew me to such a degree that he was not able to realize because I took him. Through his actions, he entered the realm of the body-felt salvation that others are still speculating about and anticipating. I tell you that the only people who will see the fulfillment of that testimony that is yours to complete are those who, like Peter, cry out, "Lord, is it you?" and put themselves on my mercies. Today, the Father tells you that you are not beneath others. Never let yourself believe that you are a lower-ranking individual in comparison to men who have achieved higher or more success. In the beginning of their lives, every single man and woman was a single mass of protoplasm that I breathed life into, just as I breathed life into you. Whatever other people think about you is not what determines your potential, rather, it is who I am on the inside of you. Throw out any and all fictitious borders and restrictions. You should not desire the admiration of men who are the same as you and are not different from you. When you try to win the favor of men, you are engaging in the practice of making judgments about both them and yourself that are, by their very nature, erroneous. The power to rule over the entire universe and everything that has ever been created is vested in you. What does it mean that I dwell inside of you if you are able to determine if a man or a woman is a man or a woman by the company that they keep? At this point, you are at liberty. As you walk in my permissiveness, you are doing so. It is now okay for you to let go of any feelings of deficiency or inferiority that you may have. You do not have a lower social status due to your birth, education, gender, race, or caste. This is the time that I have brought you to the kingdom, and I have done so for you. Your heart and life have been filled with the fullness that I have to offer. I am the one who has brought you to this point, and there is nothing that can stand in your way. My love cannot be separated from you by any means. It is impossible for demons to separate you from my love. In any setting that you find yourself in, the one thing that remains the same is the love that I have for you. You may be certain that I am building in you that grace, that ability that will set you on the fail-safe path of absolute success and accomplishment, in accordance with everything that I have called you to do. This is because my love is one that never fails, and my love is present in you and all around you. The Father instructs us to forgive, to let go, and to bless regardless of the circumstances. No matter how severely you have been hurt or how egregiously you have been wronged, it is absolutely necessary for you to let go of all of that. You are unable to make progress toward what I have promised unless you get rid of all the baggage that is associated with the transgressions that have occurred in the past. Offense and a refusal to allow such things to be healed will only serve to impede and postpone the opening of skies in your life. You have been protected from my promise by your offenses and wounds. When forgiveness, genuine, heartfelt forgiveness, is not realized, you will find yourself imprisoned behind the bars of every bitter memory, and the only thing that will sustain you will be the stale bread of yesterday's disappointments and the bitter waters of Meribah, where the bones of those who do not believe lie bleaching in the sun to this day. Say it to yourself, says the Father, I am not a victim. Whether you perceive the truth of what you are saying or not, say it to yourself, I forgive. I give up. I bless. And then include the names of all the individuals whose inappropriate behavior against you is occupying your thoughts. Your heart is like a fertile land, and unforgiveness is like a poisonous plant that will spread its venom throughout the earth until there is no more room for my promise. That does not constitute your share, my dear. The garden has to be weeded at this time. The unregenerate and filthy growths of disappointment, wounding, pain, and resentment that have sprung up in the past need to be eradicated before it is too late. They must be brought to the cross. Make them available to me. Raise yourself up and move on with your life. It is currently moving in the right direction. You will find the promise, the bright promise of my kindness, waiting for you on the very first step you take out of the past and into what lies ahead for you in my kingdom. As of today, the Father has spoken to you, saying that there is a finishing anointing over you. My goal is to put you in a position to win the battle. It is not the intention of the fight and the battle that you are currently experiencing to continue on forever without any end in sight. The Father declares, I will bring an end to this. To the extent that your heart has pleaded with me in front of my throne, how much longer, Lord? Please be aware that I have listened to you and that I have responded. Not only is the time now, but there will be no further delay. The time has come for you. This is the time for you. You do not have a time limit or a time reference period. The moment of my promise is currently being experienced by you. Men are under the mistaken impression that I am waiting for a particular time or condition to be satisfied before I will take action in your defense. This is a groundless assumption. In the event that you are attacked by the adversary, you should learn to immediately respond without delay, keeping in mind, as King David discovered, that I am always with you. There will be no failure because you have decided to align your expectations with everything that I have promised rather than with the threats that the adversary has made. I am with you, and because I am with you, there will be no failure. God the Father says, take possession of the key of David. Knowing that I would never abandon or forsake him, David put himself into horrific conflicts against unimaginable odds. He did this knowing that I would stay by his side. I am with you in the same way as I was with David. My love for David was not as strong as my love for you at that time. Despite the fact that I do not respect individuals, I do respect religious beliefs. You will experience the same outcomes that David experienced with his faith if you follow his example and put your faith into action. The fact that you are a king and a priest in front of me is something that I have spoken and announced. David was aware of both the things that I had created for him and the person that I had fashioned him into. I have made you a cherished person, and it is time for you to completely understand what I have formed you to be. After that, you will be able to emerge from the position of cowering behind a clock or some other cosmic timepiece, attempting to determine when you will be able to act in such a way that I will underwrite your efforts. Yes, I am responding to you, and the time for my invitation is right now. Every promise is a resounding yes and amen. It is not in dispute that I will be faithful to you and that I will be eager to bless you and bring you to your destiny. The one and only question that you need to answer is whether or not you are willing to have a profound faith in and make a commitment to everything that I have promised you in my word today. As of today, the Father instructs you to talk to the things that are present in your life. As you continue to talk to those things that exist, they will become less significant and disappear. As soon as you let the power of my word out of your lips, the things that are visible will yield and bow down before the things that are not seen. Have you encountered a mountain or a barrier in your path? Is there a barrier that you cannot overcome that is waiting for you? Is there something or someone that is preventing you from making the promise that you know deep down in your heart that I have fulfilled? Then you have your mountain to climb. Your mountain is listening to what you have to say. I want you to ask yourself and hold yourself accountable in front of me to talk to the mountain until it is removed from the horizon of your life. My word causes mountains to move and demons to tremble when that word is spoken. It is necessary for my words to take root in the vibrant vitality of your own heart and intellect, rather than on the dry pages of a book. You will become a master of the winds and the waves if you make use of my words on your lips. You will become a master of every demonic force that is arrayed against you if you speak my words on your lips. The river of your faith is able to dislodge, disintegrate, and sweep away every contradiction that exists in your life that is contrary to my promise. Now is the time to open your mouth and speak words of trust in me in the face of the challenges that you are facing in your life. In your heart, arm yourself and dress yourself with the words that I bring to you. The Father instructs you to make your lips into a howitzer cannon of faith that will bombard and destroy the embattlements of the adversary that have been constructed against you until you have achieved complete victory. According to what the Father has revealed to us today, the fact that mankind do not believe does not prevent my hand from working and bringing forth. Unbelief and skepticism on the side of humans are the only factors that decide whether or not they will participate. They do not influence whether or not the outpouring will occur. In my opinion, there is a steady flow of new oil coming out. It is my belief that angel manifestations are currently undergoing a process of renewal in the lives of individuals as well as in groups of varying sizes. The angel of my presence will accompany me into great gatherings, and I will take the microphone into my hands. In the midst of the grandeur, the speaker will collapse and lay prostrate, and my voice will be heard coming through the sound system to complete the speech. In the name of my glory, entire congregations will be visited and laid to rest for a considerable amount of time. My work will be so swift that when the railing is in their voice, I will come immediately, and they, too, will fall and lay prostrate in my glory. The disparagement and derision that occurred in the past will reappear when the witness is presented, but my work will be so rapidly accomplished. Beginning right now and continuing until the end of this year, there will be a new and fresh outpouring that will go down upon my people and even upon the entire globe. A spiritual acceleration is on the horizon. Therefore, stand up and consume the food of the angels that is currently available to you so that you can outpace the chariots of Ahab and experience the full reign of my glory during a period of drought. Quit trying too hard. Calm down and take some time off. You should stop straining in the body and instead focus on burning the fuel of my resources, which are changing the course of your life and the way things are going. Inquire of me about the sky, and I will take action. Do not look at things through the perspective of the natural world. Fear appears, dearly cherished, but faith leaps higher. I will be there to catch you and progress you into that exact intended purpose that I conceived of in you so many years ago, says the Father. I will be there to catch you. Please prepare ready for something more to be born in your spirit, as the Father has instructed you to do today. In order to give birth, you are required to come forward on this particular day. The new is being brought forth by me. I am bringing forth a newness of spirit as well as something that has never been seen before in the course of the movement of my spirit. Not only am I giving birth to things that will bring forth an outpouring, but I am also giving birth to things that will keep the manifest glory in your life going strong. When you awaken, you will be in the glory, and when you go to sleep, you will be as well. You are going to proceed with your day in the glory, and you are going to eat your meat in the glory. No longer will you be required to wait for visits. It will no longer be necessary for you to move from one spiritual encampment to another. You are transitioning from a tent to a tabernacle today, and from a visitation to a residence in my splendor, even a continuous testimony. This is the day that you are migrating. During your lifetime, I am expanding, developing the things that are associated with my spirit as well as the understanding of my splendor. Whatever it is that you have been struggling for is to overcome the distractions that are present in your life so that you can focus on your experience and your heart. When you were persecuted, you did not retreat or run away because of the harsh opinions of other people. Despite the fact that men have turned their backs on and disregarded my commitment, you have been thrilled by it and have shown respect for it. As a result, the new is going to arrive soon. The Father says that the life of a glory-saturated and entitled individual is springing forth in you. It is a life that is new and crisp. I have been traveling toward you, and you have been going and progressing in the correct direction. Therefore, you should not despise or despair in any way, for I have been advancing toward you. Prepare to go. In you and through you, a new flow and a new experience of signs, wonders, and miracles are being born. This development is taking place. Now is the moment for you to use this section, and it is now. In the same way that Moses concealed the glory by covering it with a veil, the Father declared today that I am pouring out glory that cannot be concealed and will not be concealed. Your countenance will radiate with the splendor of my glory, and all who see it will be moved. When you are walking down the street, people who are not familiar with you will stop you and inquire about the extraordinary brightness of your face. When you enter a room, nobody will be able to speak because my glory will be there with you. Because of this, the room will be completely silent. Where do you stand? Contemplate the most magnificent manifestation of my spirit that you have ever encountered. You have only just gotten a taste of what I have in store for you. I will move with other heralds of my glory, and my reign will be known in a dry and thirsty land to those who are screaming out for answers and deliverance of that which they cannot identify or articulate. Together with me, you will move with other heralds of my glory. From this day forward, the Father promises that you will have a more profound encounter with the ever-present presence of my Spirit. The day has begun, and it is a brand new day. Due to the fact that the larger light of a greater day is currently being made evident, the previous things will be rendered obsolete. In your heart, you will exclaim, "This is the day of days beyond anything of God's goodness I have ever known." Are you prepared, my beloved? You will no longer yearn for the vintage of what was done in days gone by. These days will be beyond everything you have ever experienced. Have you taken the time to trim your lamp and make sure you have the oil that will keep you going till the bridal event? Because the bridegroom is getting closer, the watchman is taking deep breaths in order to announce that I will be arriving. Now is the hour, and now is the time when all that will be fulfilled is beginning to come to fruition in unmistakable watermarks of scriptural promise. This is the time when everything will be fulfilled. This is the day that you will experience and be rooted more and more in what I am doing on the throne, the Father says today. This is the day that you will experience it. The anchoring of my throne is taking place within you, and you are being anchored within my throne. The things that are coming from the throne and from my spirit are making their way into you, and they are establishing who I am within you. In order to attract you and lift you up into a higher level, I am anchoring myself in you. This is not to stop in a place that I have already established. I have called you to rejoice, and I have called you to celebrate in the fundamental, even the fundamental aspects of my spirit. I have called you to rejoice. I will cause you to laugh and sing and rejoice because, beloved, he who sits in the heavens shall laugh. Where is it that other people lament and contort themselves in the false severity of a religious expression? I will cause you to laugh and sing and rejoice. Make it possible for you to experience laughter on the inside. Enjoy the laughter that comes from having trust, just like Sarah did. Laugh at the laughter of those who know, as Sarah did, that those things that seem impossible and implausible with man are possible with God, and that is your part. Laugh at the laughter of those who know. In the future, you will see the impossible becoming feasible. This is what your tomorrow represents. That which seems improbable is becoming a reality. When everything appears to be a failure, my angel, even the angel of my presence, will suddenly come, and every dry thing that is within you will suddenly blossom and bloom, and it will come to fruitfulness in accordance with my word. This is your portion because I love you very much, and I will make my love manifest in tangible movements of deliverance and change that are beyond anything you have ever experienced or even asked me for. In this day and age, the Father asked, "Who do you say that I am?" Until you learn to know me in that manifestation that does not come through man or by the hand of man, you have not yet come to know me in a whole manner. That is the location where you will find the keys to the kingdom that are in your possession. For there is a glory and a manifestation of who I am in you and around you, which will not come to you by consulting with flesh and blood. There is a glory that is in you and surrounding you. It is only by the manifestation of my Spirit on the inside of you that I will not only communicate the splendor, but also the glory that is even greater. I will offer you that which is your own and does not have any of man's fingerprints on it, even though you get to participate in and learn from what other people have said and what other people have experienced. I will grant you a relationship with my throne and in my spirit that is specific to your experience of my deeps in your own spirit down deep inside. This relationship will be unique to you and will be specific to your experience of my deeps. The Father says that there is more to come. You have expressed a desire for more, and I assure you that it is present. Your trust is the key that unlocks the doors to the storehouses of more glory, which are waiting to be filled. Make that statement to yourself and reaffirm it to yourself. There is additional information. Despite the fact that my spirit is flowing in and toward what has been revealed and established, there is a building up and bursting forth of what has not yet been disclosed, and it will not come through man or originate in flesh and blood. My glory shall be revealed, and every eye shall see it together, and my sons and my daughters will partake and be forever changed. So, come together and share what I am doing and what I have done, but get ready, beloved, for what I am about to do, because you have been invited to that marriage feast of my glory, my fullness, and even my manifest glory, says the Father. I am making that which you have longed for become accessible and available, the Father says today. I am blessing you with this. What others have represented as being difficult is becoming simplified as a result of my actions. Due to the fact that you are starving, I am currently delivering the glory that you have requested. I am bringing together and making available in a straightforward manner, even at this very moment, the explosive glory that will revolutionize your life as a result of my hand's intervention. Taking something that other people have portrayed as being accessible to only a select few, I am making it available to a large number of people. At this very now, I am establishing you in my glory so that you may move freely and naturally inside the domain of glory. The sphere of glory is the setting in which you were born. You were born in the glory, you were called in the glory, and you were destined in the glory. Therefore, it should not come as a surprise that you feel more at ease in the glory than you do anywhere else. The grandeur that you have witnessed in the past is not the complete manifestation of what I am sending to you at this very moment. It is coming to pass that the manifestation of my glory is going forth, and your eye, along with every other eye, will witness it. Even news agencies will report on the glory, and they will gnash their teeth because they are unable to provide evidence that my splendor is not present. In addition to being a participant in my glory, this is what you are meant for and what you will come to be a part of. Those final years of planting seeds within yourself that will eventually result in a greater outpouring will now come to harvest, and the years of corn will be observed to be full. In the future, the full fruit of my grandeur will be made manifest, and the experiences of earlier generations will be insignificant in comparison to what I call you to walk in right now. You will sing of the glory, write about the glory, and tell about the glory that you have experienced. In the glory, you will have a witness of splendor, and in the enlargement of your heart and spirit that comes with the glory, there will be new rivers for you to drink from and fresh manna for you to consume. The Father has announced that this is your portion, and you will not be denied it. Therefore, you should press in. According to what the Father has revealed to us today, I have decreed that you will experience success. Success is not a derogatory term in the kingdom that I rule. When you take the time to reflect on my word and store it away in your heart, I will make it possible for you to go out into the world and achieve success in everything that you set your mind to. I am a good and caring Father. I hope that you are blessed with good health and prosperity, just as you hope that your children will be blessed with success and happiness. I pray that your soul will also be blessed. This is the only plan available. For you, I have not selected a bleak wasteland that is devoid of my goodness for you. In spite of the fact that the environment around you is dry and desolate, shall I not be the water that comes from the rock and the manna that comes every morning? I am your everlasting Father, and everyone who keeps their thoughts and their emotions fixed on me will find that I am faithful. I will be found faithful among all those who do this. On this day, the Father declares, I will provide you with the bread of miracles while you are living under this sun. In your life, I will bring about the emergence of the day star over the darkness, and I will remove every contradiction that exists between my promises and the circumstances you are in. I am a good God, and the only way you can experience me is to experience my goodness and to partake in the rivers of my mercy that are gushing out to you right now. This is the only way you can experience me. The Father says, receive the cleansing with open arms. It is time for you to acknowledge the healing waters of Shiloah, which are currently flowing gently over every aspect of your existence. It is I who is revitalizing and revitalizing you. Please accept the renewal. In addition to the new life and hope that you have dared to believe for, you will receive fresh life. I want you to know that I will fulfill you with my goodness and protect you with my mercy and loving kindness, both today and forevermore. Do not allow yourselves to become disheartened, the Father urges today. Never allow discouragement to prevent you from moving on. There is a subtle and insidious effect that discouragement has on people. Put an end to every pessimistic idea. Have no fear. Only believe in it. If you choose not to give in to discouragement, then the ruler of this world will come to you and find nothing in your heart that he can use for his own benefit. With the courage and trust that you have in who I am and what I am doing in your life, you will be immune to the technique that the adversary employs to prevent you from moving forward or to keep you down. One more time, I want to encourage you and tell you to have a lot of courage. The courage that comes from heaven is not empty boasting. What you have been praying for is a breakthrough in your situation, and the precursor to that breakthrough is the courage that comes from heaven. Build up your self-assurance. Take a deep dive into the undeveloped territory of your mind and heart in order to clear out the clogs caused by disappointments from the past. I want you to take my promises as if they were precious seeds and plant them deep within your being. I will make it so that you have the seed, fruit, and harvest of my promise as if it were a day. In a time when everyone else is struggling and failing, I will bring the 100-fold return of seed, fruit, and harvest into your life. It is not true that I have summoned you to a position of absolute failure or a downward spiral. I have given you directives and commanded that you go forth into the world and fearlessly accept everything that the cross has to offer you. I declare to you today that you are a recipient and a beneficiary of my promises, for this is the reason why I came into the world, to bring you up as my beloved child and to exhibit my goodness and my character in your life. If you are a recipient of my promises, then you are a beneficiary of my promises. This day, the Father instructs us to approach me and make our requests very precise. There is no requirement for you to pray in a general sense. It is not necessary for you to approach my throne with the aim of snatching crumbs from the table of the Master. You are a person who is entitled. You are reborn from the seed that cannot be stained or spoiled. There is nothing about you that I choose to examine that would deter you from receiving the promise that I have made in my word. Arrive with eager anticipation. Come forth with joy. Come before me with the knowledge that I welcome you with the same affection that a loving father welcomes his most cherished child. You are as the apple, which is the pupil of my eye, and I will tend to you and care for you with a kindness that will overwhelm and quench every attack that the adversary makes against you. Therefore, acknowledge my love and take into consideration the position you hold in my eyes as a result of what I accomplished for you on Calvary. It is not necessary for you to ever earn what I have freely provided to you. Arrive. If it is at all feasible, come to me with the knowledge that I will answer your need, even if it means that the entire heaven will be bankrupt. When it comes to meeting the requirements of your life, I will move heaven and earth to do so. The work that was done on the cross should be the focus of your expectations and your faith. Put all feelings of rejection or disappointment from the past to the side. It is important to gain knowledge from my promise and to allow my promise, which is the promise of my word, to take precedence over all other expectations. I am with you. At this very now, I am here, and I am working hard to improve and enhance you in every aspect of your life on this particular day.